G'day, Jay from Project Black Hole here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about some frequently asked questions that we get about what Project Black Hole is, why we're doing it, and how it all works. Project Black Hole was born from the idea that people are good and people want to help. There is a lack of understanding with how healthcare services work, especially when it comes to support work, home nursing services, domestic assistance, stuff like that. And when you get to rural areas, that level of understanding decreases further. So does the amount of services that a person is engaged with or can engage with. That's a problem. Project Black Hole exists because what we would like to see happen is we want to collect as many like-minded individuals as possible. We want to have them working alongside us so that we can provide services to areas which currently have limited services or no services. We have a fantastic website that shows us where the areas that are lacking are. We rely on people like community nurses, doctors' surgeries, and the general public to input that data for us. This data could also be put in by a friend or a family member, and it doesn't need to include any personal information. With our website, what we're hoping to achieve is that all of these amazing people will come and they will share their data with us. That data being what services they've accessed, what services they think their community needs. With that information, we can then make a plan to go out to those communities and fill those gaps. It may be a member of our PTU home care team. It may be a member of a community organisation that community is already familiar with. Whoever and whatever resources that we can pull together, we want to mobilise people to work together for the benefit of people working and living in rural communities. We're not just aiming to support people on the NDIS or My Aged Care system. We're also here to provide supports to those people who have not yet been able to get onto a system, whether it be that the NDIS process was too confusing or that there was too much paperwork for My Aged Care, or the most common one that we hear is that nobody called them back, that a person will ring up to request services, they will book in to receive those services, and yet no one calls them back. That is a huge issue. So what we aim to do is we have local community organisations, we have our amazing team behind the phones who are able to assist with those inquiries. We want to connect with as many people as possible. We want to equalise healthcare in rural areas compared to metro areas. That's a huge claim to have. And I'm sure that we're not the first person to have made that claim. The difference between us and those who've come before us with that same claim is that we are not looking to make millions of dollars out of rural Australians. There are so many people out there who have tried to access a service. They've tried to get onto My Aged Care, they've tried to get onto NDIS, and they have simply been unable. There's so many barriers. There's learning barriers, there's language barriers, there's a barrier to understanding the technology that is sometimes required for these things. There's so many barriers to people accessing services. But what we want to do is we want to be able to walk with people to be able to help with those services. So our goal is, between our amazing phone teams, our resources that we have connected with previously, and the other organisations that we work closely with, whatever a person has going on, whatever stage of their life that they're in, and whatever it is that they require assistance with, we have a plan that we can help. But how are we going to provide services to people who have no funding? People have to get paid, staff have to get paid, our wages have to get paid to be able to sit behind the phones and help people. That's the interesting part. Because we're not here chasing profits, we've been able to partner with the PTU C&D cleaning team, where a minimum 25% of their profits comes over to Project Black Hole to be able to fund free services for those who need it most. This funding is not allocated between the domestic assistance or showering or wound care. It simply goes where it's needed most. That money sits there until someone reaches out and requires assistance now. There is no point having a service that says, I know you're struggling today and you haven't had a shower for weeks on end. I know you're struggling today and you haven't been able to buy groceries for the last 3 months. We'll put you on a wait list. That's not going to happen. Our goal is to be able to have the resources to help people now when they actually need it, not in 3 months' time, not in 18 months' time, not when the paperwork's done, not when the doctor finally signs off on something, not when they finally got someone to listen, but today, Now, we are set up to provide services quickly and efficiently with our amazing team and the people that we work with in the communities to be able to provide services today when people actually need them. The process is simple. You, a family member, a friend, whoever it is that needs help, whoever their family may be, you can jump on our website. One, you can simply submit some data to say that services are lacking in an area. You can access our drop-down menus. It's all extremely user-friendly. If you have trouble using our website or you would like someone to help you input data, you're more than welcome to call through on our 1300 number, which you'll find linked in this video below. Once you've submitted some data on our website, you can either request a call back or you can simply have that data sit there so that we have a better picture of what's happening around Australia. If you require services, we have a roughly 6-hour turnaround time on having a member of staff call you back to discuss how we can help you. From that point, we have a look at the resources we have in your area, we have a look at the community connections we have, and if we have a staff member close enough by that they can come out and assist. The good news is that because we're connecting with everyone, because we want to be collaborative, because we're not shunning a certain company or only working with specific people, anytime that someone is inputting data, it is useful. When there are more than, say, 2 or 3 people in an area that really need services and that area is not receiving the services it needs, we can go ahead and create a team there. That keeps the costs lower for everyone involved. When you have staff members who are close by, you have reduced travel costs, and without having to put offices up everywhere, we're in a fantastic position that we have low overheads, meaning we can, again, keep the costs low. Our team works from home. Today, you're joining me from the comfort of my kitchen. This is a benefit to you, the consumer, because you're not paying for me to sit in a wanky office with my wanky suit on. I'm coming to you from my husband's t-shirt and my hair that probably really needs a wash. When you are dealing with real people get real problems. We're not going to sit here and tell you that we're sitting fancy in some office with our air-conditioned comfort. We are on the ground being the change that we want to see in the world. Every time you input data into Project Black Hole, you are helping real people provide real solutions. This is not some offshore thing. It's not something that's being outsourced to another country. It's not something where your data's being stored on foreign servers. This is an Australian company with Australian issues in mind. We want to put jobs into local communities. We want to help our local communities, and we want to source people who understand the issues in the communities that we are working in. There is no point us hiring someone from 4 hours away to go out into a community with no understanding of the issues that that community is facing. The reason we are different is because we are able to source local people, because we have staff members who come from rural areas. We have staff members with backgrounds in everything from nursing through to mechanics, whether it's a fence you need fixed, whether it is cattle you need moved, whether it is wound care you need done, meal preparation completed, whatever you've got going on. Our goal is to hire not just support workers, but people who genuinely understand what life looks like in a rural community. People who can step in and help. People who understand that going to Coles for a loaf of bread, popping 5 minutes down the road, is not an option. These are the people that we're looking for. When you have a company that is run by real people, when you have a company that is staffed by real people, you have Aussies taking care of Aussies. You have money being returned to your communities, and you have a company that will profit because it's not chasing profits. And that is the business model that we have set up.